Hello everybody, it's Rick again. I just gave you a snippet of what's to come. And now that I know how to do this, oh my god, you should see the videos I'm going to put together for you guys. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing like a tutorial, like what I'm really good at. And I'll start off with this one. So this morning, somebody reached out to me in Florida about, contacting the clerk. So in about 20 seconds, I found this. Now, I told you guys the filing the paperwork with the clerk is very important because there has to be a judgment recorded with the clerk's office saying that you owe money. Okay, so what we have here, over here, if a judgment is entered in your favor, the defendant is required promptly to satisfy the judgment by paying the amount of money stated in the judgment. Okay, most family court judgments never state how much is to be paid. Well, they do actually, but the income withholding order does. But the income withholding order isn't. Well, the income withholding order, if you look at them, they're really cheaply put together. So it's not. And it's not recorded with the clerk's office. So if you have an income withholding order, you should be able to walk into a clerk's office and say, can you provide me a copy of this? Because I need a true copy and I need it stamped, you know. And they're gonna look at you. They're gonna be scratching their head because they've never seen one because they don't do it. So they're supposed to do that. See that's called due process. And again, that's what I keep telling you guys. Why my paperwork works. Okay, what I'm doing is I am putting together evidence to prove that due process wasn't followed. We don't have to do all of these big words like, taking a word and dissecting it and saying, oh, see, this word really means that, but they say this word. Listen, let's forget about that stuff. That doesn't mean nothing. You're not going to go before a judge and go, Your Honor, see that word there? That word really means this. And what was the judge supposed to say? Yeah, you're right, sir. You're a very smart man. You're a very smart woman. Case dismissed. No, it's a waste of time. That's why I'm telling you, don't get caught up in like this straw man stuff and everything. Yeah, it is true, but you're not gonna win. That's not gonna be the reason why you won a case. You want to know why? I tried it. And you know what happened? I got laughed at. And another thing, try and stay away from this, I am a man stuff, and they're using the semicolons and stuff like that because what they do is, see, the ADL, remember I was showing you the other day that document, the Lawless ones. All right, and what they've done is, see, the ADL is a very slick organization. With their experts at like taking away what's really going on, and the people who are the wrongdoers usually they make them out to be the victims, and they label the people who discovered the wrongdoing as the criminals basically. Okay, so like the ADL, they come out with the handbook, the Lawless one. So people discovered that the the government, there's two governments. There's there's 28 USC 3002, which states in plain black and white English that the United States is a corporation, and it exists inside a 10 by 10 mile radius in Washington D.C., where that's where all the federal laws really count. Okay, once you leave this 10 by 10 area, the federal laws really don't count anymore. But oops, they don't want anybody to notice. So people have discovered this, and they were bombarding the courts with all kinds of paperwork. So, the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, they put out a handbook, which I can't find right now, because oh wait, here we go. ADL. All right, get ready. The Lawless ones. Okay? The resurgence of the sovereign citizen movement. And in here, they tell you what to look for. And I talk about us, they talk about the clerks. See, they want to label you a person that's, a nut kind of thing, sovereign citizens, like the organization of the sovereign citizen movement. You see it right here? And what they're doing is they're taking away from the actual facts. And in here, they'll tell you what to look for. You know, what the hell is it? And listen, again, I'm new at this. I'm gonna have this put together better for you guys. Trust me. But I'm gonna show you, like they put in here. Oh look, sovereign citizens frauds and scams, the mortgage foreclosure schemes. I got news for you. Those aren't schemes. Those are facts. And then they also put in here the UCC scam. The UCC is not a scam, okay? But again, they're calling us crazy. What they're doing is they're taking the people who discovered the scams, and they're labeling them the criminals. Not criminals, but like, be watchful. These groups, like I was telling you, like with the Minutemen, people, good men and women who are patrolling the borders, and they because the border patrol can't handle it, the workload, and they're grabbing people coming over the border, holding them until the border patrol shows up and gets rid of them, by bringing them back over. Well, of course, the liberal people in our country, they, right away they got to label these people. They're what are they? They're taking the law into their own hand. I got news for you guys. Everybody can take the law into their own hand. It's called a citizen's arrest. Every one of you is allowed to do that. Remember I gave the one story one time. If you saw an old lady getting her, her handbag taken and knocked down and ran away, and you stood there and watched it, and with all the cameras they have today, I guarantee you that the news will find out who you are, come to your door, and they'll label you a coward. Now, if you grabbed this man or woman, whoever stole the handbag, and you made the arrest, you'd be a hero. But that's because that's an accepted social norm. But if you go and you grab, somebody coming over from Mexico or something, and you grab them, let's say, for argument's sake, you're grabbing a family, they're coming over, looking with all the bags and whatnot, and you're holding them, the news will turn around and label you some monster because you effected a citizen's arrest. A citizen's arrest is a very powerful weapon, and I told you guys that. So, let me get back to this now. I'm trying to find it, and I'm telling you this for a reason. I want you to stay away from, like they put in here, yeah, see, John Doe. They're talking about when you're using a care of instead of an actual, you put the Republic. They're labeling you. Instead of using your Tucson, Arizona, you're using the Republic postal code. This is all legal stuff, by the way. This is not illegal, but they want you to think it's illegal. That's what they're the kings of, the Anti-Defamation League. And they have other things where they show you how people write. And they'll write, they'll say, like, when you see in the court paperwork people using semicolons before their name, and I used to do that. Yeah, see this guy, David Windmiller. There's a lot of videos on YouTube with him. So they're naming him right away. Winston Shrout, they're naming him. Okay? Jack Keating. Thank God my name's on there. I'm a nobody. See, so what we're trying to do, I want you to avoid using that stuff. Let's just stick to the facts. Let's not give them any reason to withhold your paperwork for whatever reason. Maybe there's a certain pile they put the paperwork in and they don't look at it. Anything that causes a delay for a day or two could be devastating for us because we're having our lives destroyed by these people. Okay. So this is here it is, ADL assets combating hate. See, they call on hate. So they call people who are learning their rights hateful. All right, this is what we're up against. Okay, and the ADL is run by lawyers, so they don't want anybody. Oh, con artists. Yeah, people are angry at the government, especially governmental regulation. Some people develop intense antipathy toward the government rules and regulations, from property codes to tax laws. Okay, guys, it's been proven. Oh wait, here's another one. I'm sorry. I'm like happy. I'm giddy. I could share this with you guys because I can actually do videos. It took me forever to figure this out. It really wasn't that hard. So I'm kind of embarrassed. But anyway, one of my great subscriber, and I don't remember your name, but you sent me the link, the Screenomastic, thank you, or Screenomatic, whatever it's called, thank you. See, the sovereign citizen movement is full of theories that promise people quick riches or seemingly magical benefits. I mean, are you kidding me? To eliminate a mortgage, to be able to hide out one's income in a series of trusts and make it immune from governmental scrutiny. All the people, most of our politicians who weren't, if they weren't millionaires when they started, they most definitely end up millionaires somehow. They're the ones that have all their money hidden in offshore accounts. It's just, they're talking about themselves. They don't want any of us to learn this stuff. All right? So, all right, I started talking about one thing, I led to another. I'm just excited. I promise you my videos will be much better. I'm going to have them better planned out. Um, the Department of Justice, right here, let me show you this real fast. This is for the driver's license. Okay? The Justice Department files brief. Now this is, look, this is a .gov right here, .gov. Anytime you see a website that's .gov, that means it comes from the government, and it's sponsored by the government. So the Constitution prohibits punishing persons for their poverty. That's the same thing for child support, guys. All right, but unfortunately, it's such a monstrous scheme that it's going to be, you know, we all see how hard it is because it's everybody's involved. I mean, the judges are involved. I mean, the federal courts. It's very hard. We're fighting up an uphill battle. That's why I feel the simplest way to. Okay, now I know what happened. I was talking about the ADL because I'm going at these people a simple way. Okay, they didn't follow due process. Anytime if they didn't follow due process just once, that makes the judgment void. They don't get to redo it again. The judge doesn't get to go, yeah, but you know, it's just a simple mistake. Let's forget about it. No, there was no simple mistakes. You couldn't make a simple mistake because they hammer you. So anyway, this is I added this to my paperwork in my package for that I give to people for a donation. That's this right here. Okay, this is everything you're gonna get. Everything you see here. All right, you guys got me on. All of this right here. That's everything you get for a donation. That's a lot of stuff. All right, and it's as I said yesterday, it's set up to put you in a position to win. Okay, that's all I could do is put you in a position to win. I can't make any guarantees. All I know is I won, and people are getting responses, and you're building evidence, and eventually you're going to be able to walk this evidence into a court and say, hey, listen, you know, these people stole my money. A guy today got a letter back, you know, that letter to send to the Attorney General that I made a couple weeks back. He got a response back from the Attorney General saying, well, if you believe that you're a victim of a crime, you should take it to report it to the law enforcement authorities. Well, guess what he gets to do now? He gets to take that, he gets to print out the document with the Attorney General letterhead. See, these people don't know how smart we are. This is all done on purpose. This is why I'm doing this. So you could take that and walk it into a precinct and file a criminal complaint against these people. Okay? And when the cop looks at you, or the sheriff looks at you, and you're going to say, well, the Attorney General told me to bring it here. And that's how, sometimes you might have to start that way. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm really starting to believe that's the way to go, is to walk into a police station or a sheriff's department and file a criminal complaint. Okay? Because those guys, you can get those guys. Those guys could be, you could find 100 lawyers to sue those guys. But you can't find a lawyer to sue another lawyer. All right, I'm going to shut this video down. All right, guys. You guys have a good night.